And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a card game called Death Over the Kingdom. Now here's the thing about Death Over the Kingdom. This game plays up to 16 players. I have not played it with that many. I think I've played with 9, I think is the upper limit that I've played with. It is a quick game in a sense that you're going to all be playing cards and seeing who is the second best. Let me show you. The deck is made up of 26 cards, there's 13 characters and 2 of each one. The cards have different numbers on them. There is the King, who is the highest card, and there is Death, who is the lowest card. Other cards will have a number. That number may change. This knight might be a 9, or he might be a 7, depending. So everyone's going to get these cards shuffled. Now each round of the game, or each turn of the game, has 3 rounds in it. The cards are going to be shuffled and everyone's going to get 3 cards. And in this round, in the first round, you want to have the highest card. In the second round, you want to have the lowest card. And in the third round, you don't want to have either the highest or the lowest. So everyone's going to play a card face down in front of them from their hand, each of these rounds. And on your turn, you can do a couple things. First of all, you can switch your card with somebody who's on the left. So I might just say, okay, I'm going to switch my person with the person on the left, or I can decide to keep my card, or there are a few cards in the game that you can say, I'm going to use the card, and then you would turn it over and use that particular card, and something will happen. After everyone has done that, you're then going to reveal the cards, and you're going to see, in this case, who has the highest card. But when you reveal the cards, some of the cards are going to cause other cards to be turned over. And here is where you're going to have to use this card here, to show you what it does. So the Death is the lowest number. The Innkeeper says at the end of the round, if there's a king, the Innkeeper turns upside down. The Merchant is a card that you can use during your turn to exchange him with the first card of the deck. Basically, you get rid of him and take the first card. The Thief, you can basically look at someone's card and switch with it. The Jester gets turned if there's a queen, and so on. Most of the cards get turned if there's something else. One of the cards, the Monk, is the same card as the person to your left. There is no person to your left, and this is kind of a weird game in a sense that if I'm the dealer, this is my left, and this person has nothing, no one to their left. It's kind of just a once around there. Then if you're the dealer and you play the Monk, it's just a 6. And the Monk has that on it. You can see it's a 6 or it's something else. And there's some symbology on these cards, but you'll never remember it, so you're just going to have to look these up. So again, you're going to go around and we're going to see who has the highest points. So if you have the highest value in round 1, then you're going to get a point token. So there's a bunch of point tokens that are included with the game. If you are the lowest card in the second round, then you're going to get a point token. And it could be a tie, so there could be multiple people getting it. And in the third round, whoever is not the highest or the lowest is going to take a point token. And then you're going to go again. Everyone's going to be the dealer once. So each person's going to be a dealer and 3 rounds are going to be played. When that's finished, you're going to count up all your points. And whoever has the second most victory points is the total winner of the game. There's a few other things that you can do, but that's basically it. You also might want to look at the book because this is slightly larger than these cards. There's no question that the art on these cards is really, really nice. I like it a lot. I almost wish, though, that you could show the person both ways just to show the numbers. That's not a big deal. Okay, so I like the artwork. It looks really good. It's easy to see numbers. Like I said, the symbology, who knows what that symbology means? You're going to be looking at these. These are too small, hands down. You're going to be constantly looking at these and going, okay, this is the Jester. The Jester is that symbol. That symbol's on this card. It's not quite as easy to always tell which one's which, but you're going to be looking at this card a lot. The tokens are fine. It's really quite a small game. So Death in the Kingdom, this is kind of a weird one here in a way because it plays a whole lot of people, and I don't think that really matters. In fact, the more players, I think the more chaotic it is. It's really chaotic. There's a couple problems I have with the game. First of all, I've already mentioned one. Just having to look up what all these people do all the time gets really, really old. this whole play a high card, the more players you play, the chance that someone's going to get a king in round 1 or a death in round 2 is very, very probable that someone's going to get that card somehow, some way. And if that happens, then everything else you do is no point. And that's my biggest problem with this game, is that you have these cards that can flip. If the queen is played, the princess flips, or whatever. I don't remember. The knights cause a dragon to turn upside down. And it's like they change from a 9 to a 7. Who cares? I mean, who really cares that those cards can flip like that when there's a king? It's not like it's the king will flip and now turn into a 4. Or a 10 changes to a 2. That would be interesting, right? Because I'll play this card, but what will the next person play? Honestly, you're just playing a high card and hoping it's high. You're playing a low card and hoping it's low. Or you'll play a middle card in the other one and hoping you're in the middle. Except maybe you don't want to be in the middle. Maybe you don't want to be high. Maybe you don't want to be low because you don't want to have the second most points. And in the games that I played, each time the points were so close together that it was kind of like, all right, I hope Judy scores here, because if she pulls ahead, then I'll be in second with 4 other people. This game is a slog. It's not that interesting. More players makes it super chaotic, and you're going to be constantly looking up what each thing does. It seems like one of those fun Citadels or other games, where each person has a role and they do things, but there's no excitement. And that whole only switch with the person to your left, or if you have the card, I can only go with people to my left, but it stops at the dealer. It feels uber clunky for how simple a little card game it is. If I'm going to play a game that goes up to 16 players, then I want the game to be snappy, easy, fast. I want to be able to know what every card does. I want there to be moments of, I can't believe that happened. And there's none of that in this game. It's like, oh, you had the king. Oh, no one had the king, so now the 10 wins or whatever. That's just not that interesting. It's unfortunate because the game looks really pretty, but it's not good enough for me to hang on to or play again. I wanted to like this one, but I don't. Dice Tower Judgment, this one is just much to do about nothing.